All right, family. Black again. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Seti. Kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. It's going down tomorrow, family. Y'all know what time it is. The legacy of the Holy Mother of Civilization. Most definitely going to be an all-powerful presentation that you just do not want to miss. You should not miss. You can get your ticket even if you're not there when I'm live. It starts at 1 p.m. and I'm gonna be close to being sharp. You understand? To be sharp, because you will have access to the link up to 48 hours after the presentation, so you can watch it Sunday, you can watch it Monday, you can watch, and you'll have access. So there's no reason for you not to be in the house and see this powerful presentation that is, going into areas that no one has went into before. You see, and so most definitely click that link and begin to think. And also, when you go to generalseti.com, you'll see that there's other lectures already in the queue. We got the sacred Black art of alchemy, the divinity of blackness codified in language. And so that one's going to be on the May the 28th. You should already be in the house. You can get your ticket and have it on deck. You understand what I'm saying? Because I most definitely will be showing out for that lecture too. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Seti DVD lectures. We got the classic and Jurassic. We got about 50 on deck, so you most definitely can find one that you like. Classic HD. You cannot, you know what I'm saying? This is official from the General. That's right. We got the latest t-shirts and tank tops for the summer. I know you want to be down. You got to be down, because this is for the royalty. This is for the divine, the black divinity. And so we most definitely, had in mind what you would like. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know how we do. And so we got a lot of hot ones on deck. We got about 30, 35 on deck. Check them out. When you go to kingseti.com, click the new tab. You see at the top new items, and you'll see all the latest t-shirts and tank tops. We also got African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, and we also got home decor accessories for every room in the house. That's right. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 1,000 video presentations on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, mental warfare, advanced African academics, developing the black nation one lesson at a time. The complete General Sarah Seti website. Class is not in session, with 1,000 videos of nothing but pure fire from the General. How the hell can you go wrong? That's right. Seti keep it popping on Patreon, BPC on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come. Exclusive live stream, too hot to handle on YouTube. Just drop Egyptian astrological origins of Jacob and the 12 tribes. We got Champellion and the false teachers of the Medu Netta classes coming up, one per week. You should be on Patreon for that smoke. I know everybody and their mama gonna be trying to get in there, especially the Medu Netta speakers. You want to come in and get your world crushed, come on in. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what's gonna happen. You will be crushed, you see, into oblivion. And I know it hurt, but the truth is really what we not just trying to pick on you. We just trying to, we trying to bring forth the truth. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will. And the moderators too. I will ban your ass. You will be up out of here. And you ain't coming back, so don't get to crying. We make a mistake and put a nigga up out of here. Ain't seen him since. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Made a mistake. And so here it is. And so the ancient Greeks in the Bible writers agree the ancient Egyptians were black. They were black. And so we're gonna black it up. We're gonna black it up. We ain't gonna hold no punches. We ain't gonna hold no punches. And so we're going straight to the smoke. Now, number one, we just went over some things. Matter of fact, where is it at? Let me get this. Let me get the other one up there. Let me get the other one. Yeah, right here. Okay. Okay. Now this is very significant. You see, now this is very significant right here. Nah, we dealing with, quote unquote, we just dealt with now this is Diadorius Siculus. You see, and I think he's about 50 to 60 I think 60 BC, I believe. Matter of fact, let me look up old Diadorius. Let's look up old Diadorius Siculus. I think he was 1st century BC. 1st century BC. You see, between 60 and 30 BC. Now, he was talking to the Ethiopians. You see, and what did he say? Now, in matter of fact, and what is Diadorius? He was a Greek. He was a Greek, ancient Egypt, Greek historian. You see, he is known for his monumental historical book of 40 books. Okay, he dealt with Troy, and we just dealt with Troy. He also dealt with Egypt. You see, and Ethiopia. He dealt with Egypt and Ethiopia. And so let's deal with let's deal with something that he spoke on. They say also, listen to me. This is what Diadorius is reporting, that the Egyptians are colonists sent out by the Ethiopians. Osiris having been the leader of the colony. Now let me stop right there. You see, matter of fact, let me just make it small. They say also that the Egyptians are colonists sent out by the Ethiopians. Now, Diadorius, looking at the Ethiopian, I mean, we just showed all the vases. You could clearly see that they're black. Now, if the Ethiopians told Diadorius Siculus that the Egyptians are colonists of Ethiopia, Osiris having been, so that right there show you that Osiris is of Ethiopian origin. If the Egyptians did not look like the Ethiopians, Diadorius could have cleared that up immediately. That don't even take that just take clear observation. You see, if the Chinese said that the Sudanese, as dark as they is, was a colony of China, motherfuckers would look at them like they silly. Like, what the fuck you mean colonists? Colonists mean a small group coming up out of a bigger group. You see, of the group. You're of the group. You're colonists. You see, the Australians are a colony of Britain. New Zealand is a colony of Britain. America, Canada are colonies of Britain. You see? And so this is what the Ethiopians, and so they know damn well. And so why would the Ethiopians say some shit like that, knowing somebody would easily knock them down for being liars? You see what I'm saying? But no such thing happened. You know why? Because the Egyptians actually were black. You see? That's what, in matter of fact, that's what Herodotus had spoke, that they were black. And it says, for speaking generally, what is now Egypt, they maintain was not land but sea. when in the beginning the universe was being formed. Afterwards, however, as the Nile during the times of inundation carried down the mud from Ethiopia, land was gradually built up from the deposit. What he is saying is, that every year the Nile floods, you see, and when it floods, now they didn't build the dam there today. You see, they got that Aswan Dam in there, and so that didn't back the flood up. You see, that didn't back the flood up. So it don't happen but I believe that silt, a lot of it does still back up around that dam, but it's behind the dam now. And so that's where you get Lake Nasser today. You see, but when that dam was not there, the silt, what is silt? Is soil. It's that rich fertilizer that come up out of Ethiopia. And so when that, now you got the white Nile, you got the blue Nile. The white Nile is coming out of Uganda. You see? Now the blue Nile is coming out of Lake Tana in Ethiopia. They meet at Khartoum in Sudan, become one river and come on down to the Mediterranean, flowing all the way down to the Nile. Of the two Niles, the blue Nile coming out of Lake Tana, coming out of Ethiopia, is the more powerful of the Nile. So when they come and meet at Khartoum, the blue Nile is pushing. You see, it's pushing. It's more powerful. And so you got to understand that these both rivers are coming out of the mountains. You see what I'm saying? When you talk about Lake Tana, you talk about the criminally renamed Lake Victoria. These are mountain lakes. And so you understand that the river, the water is flowing down into Egypt. Egypt is on the, is sea level. Where you go up in Ethiopia and you start going up into Kenya, Uganda, you in the mountains. You see what I'm saying? You on a higher plane. You see, than where Egypt is. And so, again, that silt is fertilized. It's soil. It's so rich. You see what I'm saying? And it just flood. And so when that flood come down there, it just piles up down at the mouth of, and the mouth is where the water in. It goes into the Mediterranean. And so that silt just piles up. All the soil just piles up. You see what I'm saying? And what they're saying, and in the beginning, before, civilization had really, you see Egypt today, it was a lot of water down there. And so what the kings like Narmer, them early kings, they came in there because you see them with the tools on the Narmer's palette. You see Scorpion. You see what I'm saying? They're building canals. And what they're doing is they diverting the Nile. You understand what I'm saying? They're building canal where they can divert that water. You understand that it goes, it go off in another direction. And what they saying is that a lot of the land that you see today was reclaimed from the water. And that a lot of the soil that you see that been coming down from Ethiopia for hundreds of thousands of years, it piled up and literally filled in Egypt. The land, that shit was water. You see what I'm saying? It was water. And Narmer, they say, came down there and he diverted the Nile. You see, you divert it and you send the water when he diverted the Nile, the water began to recede, and you could see the land after he diverted it and took it off to the left going towards Libya. You see what I'm saying? The water receded, and on the new land that's where he built Memphis. You see, which is the first capital of Egypt. See, that's very significant for people that talk about they Egyptians today. See, and even Herodotus say the people came from the south. This is old news. This is not nothing new. It's old news what they talking about. This is what, and they act as if African people just somehow just made this shit up. That we somehow still, motherfucker, it wasn't even no land down there. That shit was unclaimed land. They had to go down there and claim that land from the ocean. Shit, it was an extension of the ocean. And they saying that what you call Lux or Waset, for many of y'all in the middle, now the Waset or Luxor, the Arab, or Thebes, the Greek, it was the actual capital of Egypt. They call it the Thebais. That was, and so Herodotus said that Thebais was Egypt. Okay, we using the term Egypt, is actually Ethiopia, but you see that was actually Egypt. So the peoples is coming down up out of the interior of Africa. Them goddamn people that's in there today ain't got no lineage to nothing in the South. They ain't even got lineage to Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? But we understand you can even see today why they crying, because Ethiopia is building some dams up there. You understand? Using it to build electricity and things. And they scared that Ethiopia gonna turn that water off on their ass. You see, he who controls the source is the master. You see, he who controls the source of the river is the master. And so they always had that power to close that valve. You see what I'm saying? Close that valve and starve and send their ass into a serious thirst. You understand what I'm saying? Have motherfuckers out there collapsing the thirst because they ain't got no water. Ain't no rain in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no rain. And you can't drink the Mediterranean. You see what I'm saying? Can't drink the Mediterranean. And so, the only water that's in Egypt is the Nile. And so if they close that off, they done for. And so let's deal. And so it says, let me bring this back up. And so we dealt with that, but let's deal with some. Now look, it says also, let me bring that up. Let me get up here so I can see myself. It says, but there were also a great many other tribes of Ethiopians, some of them dwelling in the land lying on both banks of the Nile, on the islands in the rivers, others inhabiting the neighboring country of Arabia, and still others residing in the interior of Libya. Now, they also looked at the continent as being Libya. You see what I'm saying? So that right there proves they keep talking about the North African. You see what I'm saying? Libya is also brother, which we done that. I done went over that now. You see, when you go into the Greek mythology, and matter of fact, where's the let me get that in here. Where's that one at? So we can see. I'm gonna show you where they come together on that. You see, where's Ham at? No, this ain't the one I want. This ain't the one I want. Here it is. Where's his lineage at? I got so much in here. Let me go up here. Now, as I look for this, I could still, plug this information in. Now, again, when we dealt with Andromeda, who is the matriarch of the Persians, which is today Iran. Those people today that are there are Arabs. They not the original peoples of the land. Okay, we just gonna make that clear. You see what I'm saying? They are not the original peoples of Oh, here it go, right here. Here it is. Here it is, right here. Let me pull this up. You see? And so you see here in the Bible, it says Ham is the father of Cush, Nubia, Somalia, but I put in there Somalia, but it's actually, for many people, Libya. I know Punt, P-U-N-T, is also a terminology that is used for Somalia, the Horn of Africa, but for many, Put, P-U-H-T, is Libya. And then you got Canaan, and you got Mizraim being Egypt. Now, in Greek mythology, Andromeda, who is the princess of Ethiopia, her father, Cephas, is the king of Ethiopia, and Cassiopeia, her mother, is the queen of Ethiopia. Now, Cephas, king of Ethiopia, his brother is Egypticus. So you see right here, you see Nubia, Cush, and I'll clear that up real quick. That's exactly what it is. I got the definition of, because the first time that it was used was by Homer, and he clearly states that Ethiopia, and they put an A in front of it, was Sudan, was Nubia. Where is it at? It didn't disappear on me. I got so much information in here. I got so much. You can look it up, though. You can look it up. I had it in here somewhere. And it didn't escape me. It didn't escape me. That's all right. You can look it up. You see, but Ethiopia was the first time it was ever mentioned was in the Iliad and Odyssey by Homer. And it is Ethiopia. So I'll find it a different time. And so it agrees, it agrees, and because Cephas, again, his brother is Egypticus. So it agrees with the Bible that Nubia, Cush, and Egypt are brothers. Now, in the Greek, the twin brother of Egypticus is Libya, Danius, who is the king of Libya. And so it is very clear that all of them are Ethiopian, that they're black. There's no goddamn doubt about it. You see what I'm saying? Because we didn't went over the fact that the depiction, they clearly depicted what the Ethiopians look like. You see? Now, again, it says, and even Arabia. And so that's very significant as we'll be discussing Arabia. Okay? And so, now, I went over that one. Now, let's go to, I'll be dealing with, matter of fact, that's the Arab. I'll be dealing with that one on the back end. I'll be dealing with that one on the back end. Okay, let me see. And so we went over that, the Colossians. Now the Colossians in the Bible are the Hittites. Okay, that's very significant. Let me get to that. Okay, now when you deal with we dealt with Ham. Okay, we dealt with Ham, and we understand that Heth is the grandson of Ham. You see, and so when we look at it, now now I got some backup. I got some backup too, because we're gonna go up there and look at what they, as far as the civilization up there. Now you got the Hattusa. Okay, and there is, it ain't no great, megaliths up there. They got a few they did some megaliths. You understand what I'm saying? They got a few stones that they moved up there. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't ancient Egypt, but it takes some ingenuity. You understand what I'm saying? So all of them civilizations in that period, if they had an education from the Nile Valley, they knew how to move the megaliths. Now this is in Turkey. You see what I'm saying? And so I was noticing, I looked and I say, yeah, you can see that's the winged sun disk. You see what I'm saying? That's the winged sun disk. I also seen that they had bests. Now that was very significant. They got them walls up there. They got some walls up there. Now they ain't as exquisite as ancient Egypt, but I could see that was Horus. You see, I seen best also with the four wings. Matter of fact, let me not play with you. Let me go and drop that in there. Let me show you. You know what I'm saying? Best. Then you got them Mesopotamian gods too. You know what I'm saying? But they all biting off of Egypt. You see, that's all they doing. Let me pop it in, and you see the four wings, but best wings is they together. They ain't spread out like that. But there's other. Let me see. Let me drop it in there. You can see right there where you got the four wings, but in some depictions you see the wings spread out in Egypt too. You see, but I seen this is another where you see the winged sun disk. So this way up there in Hattusa, uh uh which is in Turkey. So it agrees with the fact that and you can see again, you see the Egyptian lintel, you see the doorway. Yes, they dealing with they didn't refine the stones like the Egyptians. You see, they didn't refine them to the perfection. You see that the Egyptians, but they still had significant advancement to be able to move stones like that. You see, and so I have to go into a little deeper up there because that was like one of my first times looking into the Hittite. But when you start talking, but that's no different than Troy. You see, Troy is in Turkey, modern day Turkey. So the Hittites, the Trojans, you see what I'm saying? So that's another one that falls into, because you got Colchis. You got Colchis now. You got Colchis, and we just dropped Colchis in there. Colchis is right above Turkey. You see what I'm saying? Right above it. And so Herodotus said that those were Egyptians. You see, they were Egyptians. And so, and even in the Bible, the Mycenaeans and the Minoans, they were considered sons of Egypt. They were considered sons of Egypt, And so, as far as what they call modern day Turkey, you see, which was the land of the Hittites, who were the grandsons of Ham. And Ham is another word technically for Egypt. Egypt was called the land of Ham. This is where you get Hammurabi. You see where you get Moham, and that don't mean that, but that just show you the secret symbolisms. Mohammed, Abraham, Hammurabi, the lawgiver. You see what I'm saying? All of them, and so that's very significant. You see, that's very significant. So even there, the Greeks and the Bible agree that the Egyptian Ethiopian Empire went far beyond where most people is saying that, like on this map, that it ended. No, that's a damn lie. And all these people that try to make the Canaanites white and make the Hittites white and all of that's bullshit. That shit was not that shit was black up until the point where Alexander and them started coming. That was like in 33, 332 BC. And even then, you know what I'm saying? It was still predominantly black. Even after they came in, it was still predominantly black. Because even in Egypt, they still stayed primarily when they was in Egypt. They stayed right there down on the Mediterranean. That's where they stayed. The rest of Egypt was still black. You see what I'm saying? It was successions of conquerors that came in. Alexander, then came the Romans, then, and the Persians was pretty much Africans. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't change nothing. You see, but when Alexander came, then the Romans came. You see what I'm saying? The Arabs came, and then there was a whole lot of groups. When the Arab, then the Turks came, and when then you had the Mamelukes that was in Egypt. They were a bunch of mercenaries that took over, and they were from Russia, Georgia, and so all them people mixed in, and that's what you see in the modern Egypt, the modern wannabe Egyptian of the day. You see what I'm saying? So we gonna have to look at all them successions of conquerors that came in to make what you see in Egypt today. They act like they ain't nothing but a bastard race. That's all that they is. And we're going to clear that up. So the Bible is in agreement that Egypt, Ethiopia, Libya, and in all of what you call Asia Minor, which ain't really no Asia Minor, is really Africa Minor. You see, Africa Minor, that's what that is. You see, both, and so that's very significant that that the Greeks and the Bible agree on that. That's very significant. You see what I'm saying? And they did not try at all to change that into the modern times. You see, coming into the 19th century, even a lot of the 18th century, they was stunned at what they saw, and they had no, but when they understood the ramifications of what they saw, you see, they knew that they had to change them facts. You see, you know what I'm saying? You see, they knew that they had to change them facts. You see, and so that's what's happening today. All right, family, we got one last one, and I'm going to do that one. We're going to talk about Southern Arabia, why they call the Southern Arabian the true Arab. You see, the true Arab. We want to find out why they would say that. They ain't bluffing me. They ain't bluffing me. They can bluff whoever but they ain't bluffing me. You see what I'm saying? So family, come on, Black. We got this last one where we gonna deal with Arabia. We didn't dealt with Persia. We didn't dealt with northern Mesopotamia into Turkey, into Colchis, and we're gonna come down and we're gonna deal with Arabia, Southern Arabia, which they call Arabia Felix, which they consider the paradise. You see, and all the Arabs wanted, but how the hell can a pale Arab come from Southern Arabia? That's not possible. That's not possible. Let's get off into it, family. This is the last one for the night. Let's stay on in here. Let's get this work. Let's get this work. All the brothers out there, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum. You should be in the house. All right, family, I'll be right back. Black Power.